What up, you guys? It's Trinitron here doing another Marvel Legends review. I haven't done anything in a long time and a bit of in a transition right now. I've actually bagged and boxed most of my figures, but I really wanted to do something out there. So here's a review on Marvel Legends Bishop. This guy's part of the Apocalypse Wave, and I believe it came with the lower torso BAF piece. So definitely a must get if you want to complete that figure. All around, this guy is pretty amazing. Definitely reminiscent of the 1990s cartoon, which is what I appreciate the most. There is a variant version of this guy, which I'll post a photo right here. I have to get that figure, but I think this guy is one of the classic versions, or the classic look, so definitely prefer this one instead. Right now I have him set up on a little ghetto flight stand, just trying to get some sort of pose in. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Just starting with this face sculpt, he looks badass. I mean, just look at that awesome M tattoo on his right eye. His glowing red eyes looks like he's gonna discharge some power at you. Just overall pretty cool. Now his bandana is I guess it is removable if you really wanted to, but it hangs loose, and there's actually some shading in it in itself. There's some light grays brushed on it, so there is some shading there. The rest of his torso is pretty cool. I mean, this is classic Toy Biz, so you're gonna expect and see the details and the love put into this figure as well, including the X logo is all sculpted in. The one on his belt is all sculpted in, and they went through a lot of trouble painting all these little brackets, these silver brackets on his utility belt here, and they even just they painted some earrings, his gold earrings on both ears. Some really nice detail there on both sides. I mean, this guy's a really bulky figure, right? So I didn't really have a lot of problem when it comes to paint chipping. There are a few places where it's noticeable, but it's not too bad actually. And yeah, he's just a badass figure. I mean, what more can I really say about him? I mean, he's got some cool paint washes in his gloves and his boots. Again, following the idea that there's some gold or some details to be painted on his boots. So pretty cool. Definitely one of my favorite figures, actually. I still have yet to do a complete top 10 list, but I gotta say, Bishop he's not. Yeah, I guess he's in my top 20, I think, and I'm probably biased, but you know, I don't care. It's my list, but yeah, he's just really awesome. Because this is part of the sculpt, one thing I'd like to further reiterate from Shartimus Prime's review on this guy are his boots. I mean, you'll notice that none of it's flush, right? His toe joint doesn't go down all the way, which is actually kind of a pain in the ass for him to stand up a little bit because it's not perfectly flush. He's basically just resting on the heel and this portion here, so not a full toe. So it's kind of useless of having a toe joint, really. But I mean, it's not difficult to get into pose. Just to stand up if you need him to, but it does take a little time to get him to that way. Let's just jump into the articulation now. So starting with the head, it does move up and down. His hair is hindering a bit of his articulation. I don't have the variant version, so I can't say for certain if the bald version would be able to move back more, although I do suspect it because I can see the joint right there. So his head could probably move back further if the hair wasn't there. He's got this torso swivel. It kind of reminds me of the same one that what is it? Series 1 Iron Man has. Just swivels here at the torso. Doesn't really move up and down a lot. It's there a little bit, but it's not too much. He's got these massive ball joints in the shoulders, really stiff. Single jointed elbows. He's got a swivel at the not at the base of the glove, but in the center here, or at the base of his hand. He's got a swivel there, and it's got individual finger articulation, which is awesome. Love it. You notice right away that he has a peg in his hand. And that's simply because the guns that he's got have pegs in them as well, so they actually hold in quite well. But I'll get to that in a minute. Same thing on both sides. It's got ball joints on the hip there. Calf swivel, double jointed knees. Boot rotates at the top there. His foot moves up and down on a ratchet. You can definitely hear the clicks. Toe joint, like I already mentioned, and he's got these ankle rockers. Yeah, he's got these patches on the side of his legs and on the back for his weapons, which is awesome. And I'll get to the guns right now. This is my favorite gun because it's big and awesome, and fits in. Each gun can only fit in one particular hand, so just make note of that, I guess. And it goes in the peg hole, which I'm trying to do right now, and clamps on the finger. So it does look like he's pulling the trigger with two fingers, which is okay, because it still looks pretty awesome. And this one is supposed to be a shotgun, and it's the same deal. So another hole in the butt of the gun. It goes in his hand, and fingers clamp down. Now the fingers don't go inside the trigger at all. They just sort of rest on the outside, which is just okay. And there you have it. So there you go. I forgot to mention that his wrists move up and down as well, so he has an extra bit of articulation there as well. So that's actually quite handy, because if you'll notice right away, his hand is straight, pointing perfectly straight up, but his gun is obviously not. So you actually have to tilt it down a little bit to get the point straight as well. So just something to keep note as well. All around, pretty cool figure. Definitely a must get in my opinion. Bishop is, I don't think he runs too expensive. I think I picked him up for about 30 bucks at a comic convention, I guess, in Toronto. But I think on eBay he runs about $30 to $40 after shipping. So he's not too bad. I mean, that's what the price you pay when you're paying eBay prices. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. And thanks for watching.